Boys and girls, ladies and gents, welcome to another episode of Clutch Conversations. It's your boy Mike. We back at you one more again, live on a Thursday night in the place to be, man. I hope everybody's been having a good week, man. I hope you've been smashing your goals, man, getting your thing done, man. Really appreciate everybody tuning in tonight, man. Really looking forward to tonight's show. But before we go any further, y'all make sure y'all show some love to my lovely wife, Takara. Make sure you show her some love in the comments. And don't stop there, man. Show the channel some love as well. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and Hulk smash that notification bell so you can get notifications each and every time we drop a video here on the channel, man. Really looking forward to tonight's show. We got Veronica from Palmstreet on the show. A lot of people been hitting me up asking me what's this Palmstreet app all about. So we're gonna get into that tonight. As some of you may or may not know, Palmstreet is a live auction app. So we're gonna get really into the details tonight, man. She's gonna be able to tell you all about it. So y'all can stay out my DMs asking me the questions. But yeah, man, it's gonna be real fun, man. So definitely looking forward to that. But before we get to the show, man, let's handle some housekeeping stuff. I got quite a few things to throw at you tonight, man. So y'all bear with me. First and foremost, man, find us everywhere. You can find us on Morph Market. You can find us on Instagram, 2 Instagram pages. We got the main page at Herp Collectors, and we also got the network page at Herp Collectors Network. So definitely check us out there. Give us a follow, man. Follow us everywhere. Follow us on Facebook, and also follow the show on whatever major podcasting platform you utilize, because Clutch Conversations is available on all major podcasting platforms. Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, and more. So definitely tap in, check us out there. Please be sure to follow, rate, and review when you're checking us out. And also check out the Clutch Conversations website as well, man. Super dope website, man. I'm not tooting my own horns. Big shout out to the graphic designer, 510. Go check out the website, man. Tell me what you think about it. Definitely sign up for the newsletter and stuff like that, man. Really looking forward to see where the website goes over time, man. But definitely appreciate the love, appreciate the support. Speaking of support, if you're involved in this reptile hobby in any shape, form, or fashion, make sure you're supporting US Art and US Art Florida. The link for both of those organizations is in the description of the video, man. So make sure you go check it out, man. Drop a dono, get your membership, and make sure you spread the word, man. It shouldn't be anybody involved in this industry who does not know about US Art, and everybody should be supporting both US Art and US Art Florida, man. So spread the word, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. And also make sure you tell a friend about this Saturday's episode of Double Clutch, episode 10. We're doing a SWOT analysis of the reptile community. SWOT analysis is an acronym, stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And so we're breaking it down. Me and the big homie Matt, man. Coming back at you, man. I feel like it's been forever. Because last episode of Double Clutch, Matt wasn't there. And so we did it with the homies Justin, Unc, and Josh. But Matt gonna be back in the house this weekend, man. Really looking forward to this one. This is gonna be a super insightful episode. And like we told you coming out the gate, man, we're talking about subjects. We ain't shying away from no subjects. So make sure you tap into that. And also make sure you tap into the Double Clutch Patreon, man. The Patreon is continuously growing, really having a lot of fun, man, really loving the community that we are building. So if you're not a part of the Patreon, link is in the description. Make sure you go join the Double Clutch Patreon. We got 4 tiers, so we got something for everybody. And we got a lot of stuff that we're offering, man. So definitely don't miss out on that. Don't delay. Join the Double Clutch Patreon today. Also, this Monday, we got Conjure Corner, episode 8 with the homie Bro, one half of the dynamic duo, him and Jen from Cigar City Exotics, man. They doing their thing with the Conjure Corner. This Monday, we got Greg Maxwell in the building. This man wrote the book on chondros, the book on green tree pythons. So make sure you check this out, man. It's going to be a super insightful episode. Really looking forward to that. Ever since Ro told me about this episode, man, I just been counting down the days. So definitely make sure you tap in for that. It's going to be an event. And then coming up Next night, we got Retic Rundown, 7 p.m. They doing a real good breakdown, the homies Chris and Joe, of your ultimate guide to a new Retic. Whether you buying a hatchling, whether you buying older animal, this is going to be a very good episode, you know what I'm saying, to give you some insight on what you should be doing. Whether you got a little bit of experience, you got a lot of experience, it's going to be something in there for you. So definitely make sure you check that out. And we got a special announcement tonight, coming December 3rd. We got The Moat. It's a new podcast. It's going to be hosted by Jess from House of LaSpood. Like I said, December 3rd, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we got every Tuesday locked down. Every other Tuesday, we're going to either have the Retic Rundown or we're going to have The Moat, hosted by Jess from House of LaSpood. This is going to be super dope, man. So y'all make sure y'all check that out. And then one more announcement coming soon. We got Morph Map. Morph Map is going to be a super dope show hosted by Tommy from Inky Clouds and Brian from Heathen Hatchery. It's going to be super dope. We're going to be diving into specific genes, looking at those genes, talking with people about those genes, people who actually work with those genes, talking about the interactions with the genes, how they work in various combos and things of that nature. It's going to be a super dope show. And I know y'all heard the homie Keys announcement last night. They're going to be coming out with the genetic canvas with the homie Jared from Selective Creations. They got a similar show, but we already know we ain't scared over here. We rolling with the homies and we promoting the homies. We both going to bring something different to the table. So make sure y'all check out both shows. But Morph Map coming to the Herp Collectors network very, very soon. So make sure y'all check that out. It's going to be super dope, super dope, super dope. And also, man, make sure y'all check out the KINOVA Patreon. You check out the homie Justin from Armless Angels. And also check out the homie Unk from Morphs Constrictors. We're going to kick these sponsored videos and then we'll be right back. Ready to take your game to the next level? Join KINOVA's Patreon and access a treasure trove of exclusive content. You'll get deep dives into the latest genetics, breeding strategies, and market trends. Whether you're curious about the direction of established genes or want projections on the next big thing, the KINOVA Patreon has what you need. With memberships available up to the student tier, there's no better time to learn from the world's leading ball python designer. Elevate your game. Join the KINOVA Patreon today.
Art comes in many forms. At Armless Angels, it comes to life. In life, success doesn't come to you. You go to it. In this game, forward thinking is the key to innovation and staying relevant. Plan your work and work your plan. Lose yourself in the art. Lose yourself with Wetter Morphs.
Big shout out to the sponsors. Big shout out. Y'all make sure y'all go checking them out. Let's see who we got in the comments tonight. We got the sis, Shauna Connor. Is sultaness a word? Because if sultaness is a word, you are the sultaness of support, man. She being everybody chat, supporting everybody. And also we got the sultan of support in the building, the homie Big Bosa. What's good, bro? Appreciate you coming out. We got Dwight the Pie Man in the building. We got the homie Keys from the Whiskey Bomb Network. Big shout out to the homie. Like I said, man, y'all make sure y'all supporting both shows because we supporting each other. So y'all make sure y'all check it out. Big shout out to the homie. Big shout out to Lucky's Pythons. What's good? Appreciate you coming out. We got wife in the building. What's good, Takara? Appreciate you for everything you do. What's up, JNS Exotics? James Perry in the building. What's good? We got one half of the dynamic duo in the building. What's good? Chondro Corner representing Herp Collectors Network, representing Rose Reptiles, representing what's good, homie. Appreciate you coming out. What up, Charlie? Appreciate you coming out. Reagan, Renee, Royal Pythons. Y'all make sure y'all go vote for him in the 15 minutes a lane contest, man. Go check out the link. You can vote once per day. Make sure you get in there, getting your votes in. Big shout out to the homie. We got the homie Sammy in the building. The Pink Panther. What's good? What's good? What's good? John, what's up? Reforming Genetics in the building. Let's see who else we got. 319. What's good, homie? Appreciate you coming out, fam. And who else we got? Don't want to miss nobody. We got my cousin. What's good, Fred? MTZ Pythons in the building. Hey, we're going to stop it right there. We're going to kick the intro. Then we'll be right back with our guest, Veronica from Palmstreet.
Baby, won't you listen to me? I got that flavor. I know you're dying to feed. I ain't no dancer, just got some hip in my feet. Now throw your hands up. Ooh, you bring the lighter, I got the fuse. You make a fire, I'll add the fuel. Follow my lady, just watch your shoes. Gotta turn the heat up, spit this cool.
Who you know who looking like this for real? Who you know who looking like this? Who you know who looking like this for real? Who you know who looking like this? Who you know who looking like this for real? Who you know who looking like this? Who you know who looking like this for real? Who you know who looking like this?
Episode 152. What's up? What's up? What's up? How you doing?
What's up? I'm so good. How are you? I'm so happy
Good,
to be
good.
here.
I saw you backstage when we put up the Moat podcast with Jess on there. I saw you like getting
Yes.
excited.
I didn't know you could see me. Yes. I'm so pumped for that. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with Jess. Love her. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's
love
gonna
her.
be a super cool show. I'm definitely looking forward to that for sure.
Yeah, me too, actually.
Cool. So we were talking backstage and you mentioned this was kind of like your first podcast. So definitely make sure you introduce yourself and let everybody know a little bit about you.
Yes. So I'm Veronica. I work with Palmstreet. I'm previously and still kind of a Palmstreet plant seller. And what I do is I'm an onboarding specialist and I work in the BD team. We are a small team, so we kind of have a lot of roles to do, but I specialize in onboarding and business development. And I'm
Okay.
absolutely floored with it. I love being there and being able to help all of the sellers and develop what Palmstreet is and what we're going to be in the future too.
So you say BD, so business development.
Yes.
Nice. So what's all involved with that role specifically?
So a lot of it is definitely reaching out to particular sellers, breeders, content creators, cracking out deals, thinking of new categories, new ideas, how to execute them, all sorts of stuff. And I really have to say it's extremely fun. Sometimes we'll meet into a group and we'll write down some of the craziest ideas we could think for just anything. I think our last one was marketing, and we're like, how could we market better? And like, one of my ideas was to get a blimp and fly it over like the expos and like stuff like that. And like, it's all around really fun. And as far as onboarding, I get to meet and help all of our lovely sellers. I've made some really amazing connections the last 2 years. And it's been definitely like a highlight of my day. Every time I get to either help a seller, onboard a seller, just chat with them. Like, I absolutely love it. I love making the connections, and I love helping. I'm a caretaker, so this is a perfect role for me. Like,
that's what's up. So was that in terms of like your work history and stuff like that, Is that what you did previously, or is this kind of like your first time working in this space as far as like business development and things of that nature?
Definitely my first time working in this type of space. I'm only 25, just turned 25. And so
Oh, nice.
I was a server up until I was 19. I had a couple kids. And after that, I was just a stay-at-home mom. And that's kind of how I found Palmstreet. It was Plant Story at the time. And really, I picked up the hobby of plants from one of my friends, and I saw that I could grow them. And I was
Okay.
like, oh, wow, that's really cool. Like, okay. So I started selling plants, and this was around 2022. So plants were really, really expensive. I mean, we still have really expensive plants, but the particular ones I fell into were about $300 pop. And so I was selling mainly on Facebook. It was okay. I used Facebook Marketplace for lots of other things. I like to fix things and then resell, and so just to keep some extra change in your pocket, right? And so I had a pretty bad experience on Facebook Marketplace. There's no help. There's no like support. You can't really talk to a person. And so I decided I can't sell my $300 plants on Facebook when anyone can just make a claim. And so
Right.
that started my journey on finding where can I sell these. And so I downloaded a few apps, tried the ones that I was more familiar with first, but ran into, just glitches. Every app has glitches, but the thing is I couldn't get support. I couldn't get a hold of anyone. And so I was like, okay, and I found Plant Story. That's what they were. At the time, I opened the app. I could tell it's a relatively new app. It had some glitches. Some things were a little wonky. My fiance is a software engineer, so I can recognize these things and he can recognize these things. But I posted anyway, and I was like, hey, if I like it here, you might see me a little bit more. And within, I don't know, 5 hours of me posting on the app, the CEO messaged me and was like, hey, what can we do better? We want you to be on the app, like, as a seller or a buyer, like, do you see anything that we could do better? And I had a list already. I was like on the app for 2 hours. I was trying to explore everything because it was really interesting. Like, I saw this app and I was like, this has a lot of potential. It had like a social media side. It had like this plant app like care side where it can remind you to water X, Y, and Z, or this needs this type of care. It had plant ID, and then it had the marketplace. And I was like, this is perfect for me, like awesome. And the fact that he messaged me, I was blown away. I was like, no way. Like I've been trying to like these other apps. I've been trying to get a hold of them for weeks, and I don't even have to like. I don't even have to have
You
a
couldn't
problem.
get a hold of. You couldn't get a hold of Mark Zuckerberg.
No, he don't want to talk to me. He don't want to talk to me until I'm threatening to call a lawyer. That's how that went down, really. And so I was shocked, but I sent him a list, and the next day I checked my messages, and he's like, hey, I have these things fixed. Will you test them? And I just like looked at my fiance and I was like, what? I was like, not only he listened to, or not only did he ask me, like he recognized I was on the app, he asked me what they could do better. He had it done in 24 hours. I was freaking blown away. And I didn't even expect a response. And so after that, I was like, okay, I want everything to do with this app. Honestly, I wanted to buy it. I wanted to get stock in it. I wanted to get in there. At this time, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I was totally happy being a stay-at-home mom, and making my money flipping plants and flipping, other things that I'm fixing up. But I really wanted in on whatever is happening right there. And so I did a lot of research on it. It's not available. Can't buy it. Sad. But I then came across like an ad on their Instagram, I believe it was, and they're like, we need help, like we're hiring for cold calls. I was like, I guess I can do cold calls, like sure, like whatever I can do to get into this app. And so I applied, not really thinking anything of it. Chen reached out and he's like, yeah, let's let's get on a phone call. And I was like, okay. And I flat out told him, I was like, I don't know like what you need, but I'm a really good learner. So if you tell me what you need, I can do it. But I only have like 10 to 20 hours. Like, can you make that work? Because that's what I have. And he made it work. And everything changed after I started working with Palmstreet. I was able to sell my plants. I was able to build my business. I went from selling maybe like, I don't know, $500 to $1,000 worth in plants a week, but putting in over 40 hours on my freaking phone to do that. And that was the biggest game changer with this app is instead of following iOS posts or doing like what we call purge on a Facebook group, and this is where you get a bunch of people to comment and follow, and you rapid like comment all these photos and they claim it, and you have to go and search for them to pay you and like all that fun stuff. It's so fun. And so I was spending hours a day, like 10 hours a day on my phone. And after starting with Palmstreet, I was able to move that to like 2 hours a day on my phone. And I was making triple what I was doing before. And
that math sounds like it's mathing.
that's exactly. And so I was shocked. I was just like, oh my gosh, like what is this magic here? Okay. And so I was able to build my business. Now I work as far as on my business, I do live sales like once a month, and I make all of the money that I need in that one live sale.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I can make anywhere between $6,000 and $10,000 a month. I do post
on one live sale.
Yeah, well, I'll normally make around $4,000 on a live sale if I can go for like 3 hours. But the rest are marketplace, invoices. So it's really, they've built it so much that you can do whatever you need. Like if you're not going to do a live sale, but you need to invoice someone, you can invoice someone. If you don't want to do a live sale, but you want to have a sale, you can do a purge. If you don't want to do a sale, you post your stuff on the marketplace. Like there's so many options. And so utilizing all of those options, you can make a buttload of money. And so that's how it definitely changed my life. I was able to get a full-time job, which is now in Palmstreet, and I'm so absolutely thrilled about it. I can keep growing my business with minimal work, and I'm spending all of this time with my family. I'm able to teach my kids. I'm able to just be there every day for them. I'm able to plan trips with them. I'm able to travel. I was able to make money and be in Thailand at the same time. Like, how much better can it really get? You know, like,
right.
So it's definitely made an impact on my life in all positive ways, and just seeing that they've. I'm definitely a hobby person. I like a lot of things, and so it's just kind of molding into like my biggest dreams. Like I love to make jewelry. I make glass jewelry. I love to make t-shirts. I love to make obviously plants. I love reptiles. I have one right here next to me that I plan on showing you guys towards the end. So like all my hobbies are just in one, and I also get to work with all these amazing sellers that get to provide these amazing products for us, and it's really just a dream come true. I get to take care of people. I get to enjoy all my hobbies, like all in one place. It's awesome.
That's cool. I see you hitting on like a lot of important like things like quality of life, work-life balance, doing things that you really enjoy doing, and like really being motivated and passionate about what you do. So like that's a lot of important things to hit on, and that's I mean that's really what life is all about, right? Like hitting a lot of those things. I mean obviously there's more, but that's definitely like some of the top ones right there, at least from my perspective. So let's back up a little bit and give a little bit of history of like Palmstreet app, what it is, kind of how it started, how it's evolved over time, and then we can jump into where it's going a little bit later on.
Yeah, so Palmstreet started about 4.5 years ago, and it was at first just a plant ID app. And so what that is you take a picture of a plant, and it's going to tell you, oh, this is an alocasia dragon's breath, this is a monstera elbow, this is all those things, which is cool, but not cool enough. And
Daddy gonna get it done, huh?
Yes. And so like that was awesome. Great. Yeah, cool. But we always had the vision for more. We wanted community. We wanted education. We wanted more. And Etsy had fallout. And so it wasn't a huge fallout, small fallout, but it's particularly had to do with live plants. And so we're like, oh, these people need a place to sell live plants. We can do that. And so the engineering team worked very hard, like night and day, to get to the point where we had a viable marketplace. We got there. And after that, we just kept running with it. We're like, what else can we do? Live sales. Wow, live sales. That would be really awesome. You can see the plant that you're going to purchase. You can ask the person all these questions in real time about this plant, about other plants maybe you're interested in. And so we started that. We pioneered it. Lots of crazy features. It's a lot different than live selling baseball cards or things like that. Like shipping a plant, it's a live item, and so things can happen in transit. We need all these extra features to make it work for a seller and also to make it work for a buyer. And so that was a role that I really was happy to help with as I came into Palmstreet, because I'm a seller and I'm a buyer. And so I was able to help with like, this is what a seller needs and this is what a buyer needs. And so we were able to make all of these features and make it easy, like user friendly, but also extremely efficient. And from that, we kind of grew into more concepts. We were always listening to our user base, to our sellers, to our buyers, everyone. We were listening, and we realized that they have a lot of other hobbies. Of course we do, right? And those hobbies are crystals, pottery, reptiles, bugs, like anything, like all of those are plant adjacent, and they love all of those things. Might not be all of them, that they love at least one of those other things. And
Gotcha.
so we started slow. We introduced the crystals and pottery, and that went wild. People were just super happy about it, and those are beautiful things to have, and it worked flawlessly, because you get this new plant. Oh, let me go hop into this person's live and grab a really cool pot for it. All right, now I need some pot friends. That's what we call them. And so we go
Had a
get
few of
some
those
pot
growing up.
friends. It all works out. And then you're like, oh, I want to make some terrariums. Well, I need ice pots for the terrariums. I need springtails for the terrariums. So we kept going. And so we're going to be having the bugs. We're going to be having reptiles. We're going to have like all the other fun stuff. Making terrariums, you want to put a fun animal in there. You're making your setup for your gecko. You need some real live plants. You need the ice pots to keep it clean, especially if you're doing a bioactive, all of those things. And so just listening to our user base, we were able to like know our next move, because we pay attention to them so much. Like we want them to stay here. We want to retain them. What else can we provide for them? Everything else to do with these hobbies. And so it was just a natural, organic growth, and it's been really awesome.
Nice. So is obviously, like you said, y'all were listening to the user base and you realized there was a lot of crossover in the various hobbies that folks worked in. So let's talk about reptiles specifically, and kind of like how you guys started off in the reptile space, and then kind of what plans are going forward with the reptiles.
Yeah, so really, we started off organically. Like I said, we were listening to our user base. We even asked our internal team, because we are all plant lovers, like on our application, do you like plants? Yes. Okay, great. If you said no, like you're not in. And a lot of us also had reptiles, and we're like, yeah, like this goes hand in hand. And so just with that, we knew that this would be a great choice, although it's a challenge. Is not I don't think really no other live platform has taken on the challenge of reptiles. Reptile keepers are definitely underrated, and we see that, and we think that we could do this, and we think we could do it right. And so I think we have, but a huge thing is taking it slow and listening to you guys, listening to the other features that you guys need. It's the same thing. It's the same rodeo. And being very impactful with what we're going to be doing. And
So you guys started out with like the gecko folks, right?
Yes, right now. So yeah, right now we're super into the geckos. We're taking it slow. We definitely we were a little bit nervous on how our user base would feel about it. Because, you know, we have 1 million users. Not every single one of those users is going to like to see a gecko or something with scales or 8 legs, you know. But like I said, we decided to take on that challenge. And it's been very successful, especially with the geckos. Everyone loves crested geckos. Oh my gosh. It looks like, you know, they got the derpy faces. They look like they have like 3 brain cells left. Like they're the perfect like beta animal for us to test this with. And like it's, you know, it's perfect for those who are a little bit squeamish about it. Like you can see like that these things are just beautiful animals. You know, you can see the texture on their skin. You know, it's okay. They're not harmful, and like we'll slowly be able to get to the other stuff. We did launch our snake category, and that is an opt-in category. And obviously, we're getting a lot of feedback on it, and there's things to change.
When you say opt-in, like what do you mean? As far as like when the person who's submitting their application to sell on Palmstreet, they have to opt in to selling snakes?
Well, that is one part, but I mean for our user base, when you
okay,
go to
gotcha.
the Palmstreet app and you go to the snake category, you have to opt into Hiss. And what Hiss is just you're now opting in to see these in reptiles and in the snake category. And so when you pop into your Palmstreet app, you'll be able to see those right away. And the other users who don't want to opt in, that will be won't pop up. Like you won't see a big snake on your screen when you go into the Palmstreet app. But I will say our success rate to the opt-in was extremely high. And so like our users may have even been waiting for this. So it was really successful, very encouraging numbers. And so yeah, we're just gonna keep on going.
Nice. So what's the speaking of the application process, like like what's all involved in that? Like what's like the turnaround time and stuff like that?
So as far as the turnaround time, I can't give a great, you know, estimated time on that. We have 2 people going through applications, me and one other. It's a very slow process for us. It's very tedious. We don't want to just be onboarding anyone. Something I do when I'm onboarding is I'm going to be looking at every single thing that you have on the internet. I'm going to go through every review. I'm going to go through all of your social media just to make sure that you are who you are, for one, and that you are a great breeder. That's one thing we want to make sure that you're following the standards, the ethics that come with breeding, keeping reptiles, and most probably selling them. So one good thing I want you guys all know, if you're watching and you plan on selling on Palmstreet, put all of the information you can in your application, because that's what I'm looking at. If you don't put like hardly any information in your application, like I won't be able to make a very great opinion on who this person is. You know what I mean? So put all your links, tell us a little bit about you, let us know how long you've been doing this, whether it's breeding, selling, keeping, whatever. Tell us all of the information. That's going to make it a lot easier for us to be able to approve you. And so after I look at these applications, I'll send you a text. I'll let you know that I want to get you started selling. And then I'm going to hand walk you through this process. It's a learning curve for sure. A lot of these people who aren't familiar with live sales just in general, like on Facebook even, it's a little nerve-wracking. I remember my first time going live, like I had told you earlier. No way. I thought no way I'd ever go live, you know, but we can do it, and I'm here to help you. I like to specialize in the people who are really shy, I'm a shy person. I have anxiety. I know what it feels like, but I know that you can also do this. You'll do fantastic, and it could be really impactful for your business. So I'm gonna send you all of the information I can. We have onboarding like videos on YouTube, how to go live, all of the information. We have a really awesome seller handbook. I'm gonna be sending you all these links. I will always let you know that I'm here to help. It doesn't matter if you call me at 2 a.m. I'm gonna answer. It doesn't matter. Like that's who I am. I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna make sure that you feel
Oh, that's what's up.
you're successful. Like that is the biggest thing. And that's one thing that I really appreciated before I even became an employee with Palmstreet, is that they take care of their sellers. Why would we not take care of the sellers? I mean, that's the most important thing. Like, you guys are bringing product to our platform, you're making the money. Like, how are we not going to take care of you? And so that's one thing for me. I'm going to make sure you have all the information. If you're worried about something, I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to lessen your worries, do what I can. And so we're very hands-on. We want you to be successful. You'll do your live show. I'll be watching the whole time. I will always be watching. Like, sometimes I even buy things. Maybe I shouldn't, but I do. It's fine. I want to support people. And then after, we're gonna do a little recap. I'm gonna,
Okay.
if there's something that, like, your lighting was off, I'm gonna tell you. Or maybe you had crickets in the background and it was terribly annoying. Like, let's take the crickets out for our next live. You know, something like that. Like, I'm shooting for your success, so I'm gonna let you know any way that you can improve. And then I'm also gonna take feedback. Like, what did you love about it? What did you hate about it? What can we do better? What is a feature that you would love to see on here? And, you know, after your first live, you might not have any of this feedback yet, but always know that I'm going to keep asking, because it's very important. And that's how we grow as an app. That's how we make it better as an app. Like, we need that feedback, whether it's hard feedback to give or it's just simple, like, suggestion. We need it. It's very important to us, and we listen.
Gotcha. So in terms of like fees, like, is there like any kind of like annual fee or monthly fee or any sort of like recurring fees? Like, how does the fee structure work?
Yes, so we actually have a pretty unique system. Our general fee for our hobby plan is 5.9, and then we have a stripe fee that is 2.9. And that hobby plan is still the lowest overall any online, like, marketplace live shopping. But we also have tons of ways that you can lower that. We have 3 plans. We have a hobby plan, we have a full-time, and we have a business plan. And the full-time and the business plan, you can pay a monthly subscription and you'll get a lower fee. And then you also get way more lives. You can get up to, I think, 12 lives. For the hobby plan, you get 6 lives, which is once a week, and maybe another one somewhere. And so some of our perks, you could be an exclusive seller. That'll lower your fee. You can go on our off hours where that won't take away from your live count. So if I wanted to go live every day, I could go before 11 ET or after 11 PM ET, and it will be free to me. So I could go every day and it would never touch my, like, live count. So I'd still have 6 lives to go whenever I want. And then we have, if you get over 100 saves, which is it's like super easy for you reptile folk, because you guys have a lot of followers, you have dedicated buyers and viewers, and so you get a knockdown on your fees there as well. And there's so many. We have promos all the time. It's hard to name all of them, but if you follow our, like, seller emails and stuff, you'll get all of those. And
Gotcha.
my biggest suggestion is to use all of our promos. Like, do the off hours, get over 100 saves, take advantage of any of our, like, holiday promos, which we do all the time. Like, literally every month we have something. And you can get that fee down even, like, we are still the lowest, but you could get it down even lower than that, which is insane. So yeah, that's a little bit about our structure. So we've kind of made it so it can work for everyone. The hobby plan, I think I forgot to mention this. This is free, so you can download, be a seller, not have to pay any subscription, just have that 5.9% fee on your sale.
Gotcha. That makes a lot of sense. And as far as like best practices, like when you're doing an actual live auction, like aside from like audio and video, light and all that kind of stuff, like what do you think what have you seen that makes sellers most successful with doing their live auctions?
Interaction. Interaction is 80% correlated to sales. Talk to your people. Have your people talk to you. Even have your friends jump in and just chat it up with you. That's what I do a lot. If I feel like I don't have a lot of saves, like on a particular live, I will tell two of my friends, and I'll be like, hey, can you just talk to me during our live? Because interaction, like I said, it's correlated 80% to sales. And what that does is when other viewers see, and maybe they don't know you, when other viewers see that there's so much interaction in that chat, they trust you. They know you have a good relationship with these people. It's welcoming, like making connections. That is number one. Make a connection under every single live show notes I have. I will always put, and I suggest this to everyone, I will always put, I'm looking for connections, introduce yourself. Like putting connections before sales will always make you more money.
Gotcha. Okay, that's what's up. Hey, we're gonna take a real quick sponsor break, and then we'll come back and chat some more about it.
Okay.
Known for his innovative approach to genetic shed testing and top quality ball pythons, Grey Rider Reptiles also excels in exceptional customer service and responsiveness. With a quick turnaround time, Charlie ensures you get the service you want and need. Visit shedtesting.com to explore his offerings and experience the best in the business. Don't miss out. Head to shedtesting.com today and unlock the power of your breeding projects.
Peace and love, family. We invite you into the heart of our serenity, Ancestral Royal Pythons. At Ancestral Royal Pythons, we're not just breeders, we're nurturers of love and growth. Each of our high-end ball pythons is a tribute to the grandeur of the natural world and our dedication to quality. Reach out today and bring one of our creations into your home. This is Ancestral Royal Pythons. Your journey begins here.
Here's to the exciting world of Ebony and Ivory reptiles. From unforgettable parties and events to keeping and hatching some of the dopest reptiles in the reptile hobby, we're all about education, quality, integrity, and respect. Hit us up and see how we can help make your next project a reality. Experience Ebony and Ivory reptiles, where fascination meets fun.
Ebony and Ivory Reptiles.
Big shout out to the sponsors, man. Appreciate y'all showing love and support. So St. Louis was a lot of fun. I had a good time. It was my first time going to that show. So I'm definitely glad that I was able to make the trip out there. And so obviously you were like very much involved with like the Palmstreet auction from the NARBC show. So talk about that experience. Talk about like what you think went well, what you think could be different in like that type of event, all that kind of good stuff.
Okay. Well, I want to say I was so proud. I was so proud. Joe, Ash, Robin, Jess, oh my gosh, they really just blew it out of the park. I was kind of thrown into it. Jeff was out, so I kind of hopped in for him. And thank goodness I was there because it like I said before, it's a new platform. None of these people have been on Palmstreet. They've never been a seller on Palmstreet. And so I had to do quick learning with them. And so I sat down with them, showed them how to do everything, gave them a confidence boost. I was like, you guys are going to do great. And they fucking knocked it out of the park. Sorry for my language. But
no, you can trust on this show. It's grown folks.
They just did amazing. I really, I was watching them at one point. I almost wanted to cry because I was like, this is just awesome. Joe and Ash, beautiful hosts. As far as the auction itself, I think that everyone had a lot of fun. The viewers were there. People wanted to be there. They wanted to buy. They were excited. They were excited to see these animals on Palmstreet. It was a beautiful time. It was extremely successful. We've learned a lot. We learned a lot from that. And what we learned is some features we need to add, maybe as far as getting like the address for like
The hub address.
Yeah, like a hub address, or if this person were to purchase a live animal, they immediately have to put in their phone number so the seller can contact them, something like that, because that was like one of our only issues. And that was a hurdle. It was a big hurdle, and I expected it because, we're on one profile. We're bringing a bunch of sellers that don't even have, some of them had profiles, but not all of them had profiles. And then we're also shipping these out, and the buyers, so like there was, Robin was a middleman and Jess was a middleman, and it was bumpy, but it was successful. And we learned a lot, and that's why we need to do these experiences, so we can learn. Like that is the easiest way to find out what do we need. Doing it and then looking back at what we really needed. And so I think that it was fantastic. I was super happy that I was able to be there. I was able to be the help. I wouldn't have been able to be on this podcast if I didn't go and you didn't go. Like that's how we met. And so
right.
I think that everything was beautiful, honestly. I loved meeting the people. I loved seeing all the cool animals. I loved seeing these people just jumping on our app and selling their stuff. Like how beautiful is that? Like, and they all get to just try it out. We've never had that experience before. It was the first time we've ever been able to do that. We've had that idea for a while now. But we figured that this was the best opportunity to use it with, and I don't think we were wrong. I think it was fantastic.
That's what's up. So have y'all been getting like feedback from like users who viewed the event and stuff like that? And if so, like what types of things have they been saying?
As far as the users, I think that they really enjoyed it. I think they had less feedback, but as far as the sellers and then obviously the hosts and the profile runner, like that's where we had the most of the feedback, because that was where we had most of the trouble. The viewers, they just loved it. They loved it. They liked it. They're like, more, give me more. So,
I'm just here for that.
So we're like, okay, we're gonna get there, I promise. But yeah, most of our feedback came from, our internal team there, and it was very helpful.
And so like with the reptiles, are you able to do like just like a standard listing for a reptile? Like say you got like a snake, just whatever snake, insert whatever you want to here. You want to sell it for $500. Are you able to like post that snake for $500 as opposed to just having to do the live auction? Like how does that work?
That's actually a really good question, and I'm not sure I have an exact answer for you, because we're still, I think we're still kind of testing that, because that's a whole different like face of the app as far as, people jumping into live sales. They want to see this or they don't want to see this. I'm not sure that we would have that ready yet if they want to opt out of marketplace listings, but that's definitely something I'm going to write down and check with team about.
Okay, nice. That's what's up. Yeah, because I know that would be big for people too, like to be able to have.
I think so too. Yeah, to be able to have like their all of their listings there. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, big facts. And so like along those same lines, like what are some other opportunities you see for Palmstreet to grow in this space?
So definitely, obviously being a live seller, a lot of hobby vertical apps haven't taken on live selling, and they should. We easily see 3 to 5 times sellers making 3 to 5 times more a month than they would anywhere else. And I think especially within this community, you guys are you're isolated a little bit to like maybe 1 or 2 apps to sell, and then the rest is just showing your animals, I guess, on social media or going to like expos. And that's a lot of money. It's expensive to go to expos, especially when you have to travel. And so maybe instead of going to an expo, or also going to an expo and the next day being able to do a live sale, you can double, triple what you made in that weekend. You know what I mean? And that's the kind of relating back to why I found it so awesome, is because before I was chasing all these posts, chasing these buyers, trying to find buyers, and I was spending a lot of time on my phone. Now I can just go live, make the money I want, and then hop off and go spend time with my family. So that's a huge thing. Also, community. You're able to, this is an open, honest platform. Anyone can join, view, share their opinions, educate, all kinds of stuff like that. I think that's huge, all on one platform. Like if I want to purchase this here, but I also need to purchase some husbandry, or I want to know more about this specific one because I'm really doing a lot of research on it. You can do all of that in one app. You can do all of it sometimes in one live. Like, how good is that?
That's what's up.
that is huge. And one thing we'd really love is to gain more momentum on the educational aspect. Having something like this, like what we're doing, but on Palmstreet. We can do co-hosting on Palmstreet. I would love to see more of that, especially with the reptile breeders. Just having general conversation. And if you want to throw some stuff up on your store and people can buy them while you guys are talking, or people can tip you, stuff like that.
Oh, nice. So I didn't know the tipping functionality was in Palmstreet.
What was that?
I said I didn't know you were able to tip in Palmstreet.
Oh, yes, you can tip. So you just have to go to the little store, and then at the top above all the listings, you'll say tip your host.
Okay, nice.
Super awesome feature. It's not, taxed or feed at all. So if someone tips you $6, you get $6.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm definitely have to look into that. I know Adam from Proper Rules, he did a auction, I guess last Thursday, I think it was, and I think he's working on doing another one. And
Yes.
like he had good feedback about it as well.
Yeah, he was really happy about it. I think he sold all but 2 snakes.
Yeah, something like that.
And he had a lot of viewers. He had a really great retention, like also. And so I'm really excited for when some of these snake sellers, they'll schedule the show, let their followers know, let everyone know, and they can build like crazy amount of followers in such a short period of time. That's one thing that I've noticed with you guys is it's super easy for you guys to get saves, which is super cool. I love that. I'm a little bit jealous.
So as far as like onboarding more reptile folks, like I know you started with like kind of like a handful of gecko folks, then you started opening up to more and more reptile people. Like, do you guys have like a target amount of folks y'all gonna put on like in a certain time frame? Because I know you mentioned y'all are being intentional about it and whatnot. So what do you think? What are you thinking in terms of numbers, in terms of reptile breeders that would be onboarded?
So I will say my goal is 25, like every 25 people, like in a little over a week. That's my goal. Like I said, it's just the 2 of us. So we're gonna kind of manifest maybe like group onboarding, something like that. So we can get like 50 of you guys in one, get you all set up, make sure you guys still have that personal connection with us. That's really important with me, and especially with this being a new category and live animals, like we want to make sure that we're completely hands-on. And that is one reason why sellers love us too. We're not just like a support button that you can't get a hold of. Like, you have my number, you can call me. And so it's I try to shoot for 20 a week-ish, but we have over
And that's 20 reptile people or just 20 people in general?
20 reptiles. 20
Gotcha.
reptile people. I no longer really work with plant people. I'm totally focused on the reptiles.
Look at you, bougie now.
Yeah, well, hey, because some of my plants are like 10K, so I'd still say that's pretty bougie. But yeah, it really depends on how fast we can work, but we're not trying to make this a super fast process because we're hands-on. We want to make sure we're taking care of you guys, and we do hope that you guys can appreciate that. We don't want to leave any stone unturned as far as the onboarding, and so it's hard to really give a good answer, but we are trucking through them. Okay, we're really running through them, and we're looking to have much more very soon. Same with the other pets, spiders, frogs, turtles, things like that. There's obviously a lot of red tape around reptiles in general. I live in Texas. I can't own a lot of the reptiles that I think are really cool. And so as far as them being live streamed for anyone in the US to purchase, that's where it gets a little more difficult.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Perfect sense. I live in Florida too, so we have a lot of restrictions as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Florida, North Carolina, like there's several that are like super strict, and so it's been, I've been doing research on it for 5 months now, and there's a lot. There's a lot, so it's a little bit slower of a category to build, but we're doing it the right way, and that's why it's slower.
That makes sense. As far as like going through the applications, and obviously you don't have to say like any names or anything like that, but have y'all had to deny like any reptile folks? And if so, like what types of things are like red flags?
So honestly, like I said, this kind of goes back to making sure you have all of your information filled out. Like more the information, the better. Because this is what I'm looking at. It's the same thing as a job application. You guys want to put down all of your stuff. If you don't put down anything, I can't have any opinion on you. Sometimes I can't even find you on social media. So if I can't find you on social media, like I have to skip over.
Has there been like any instances where you were able to find everything, but like what you saw, you're like, Yeah,
definitely. Maybe when we have like 1 or 2 posts, less than 100 followers, you are very unexperienced, and that's okay. There will be a place for new hobby sellers, but it's just not right now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and so something like that definitely it's gonna change. But we're like I said, we're for everyone, but just this particular we need to be very careful about. So if you're just started breeding from 2 of the crested geckos that you've had, and now you want to start flipping them, like I'm not sure if that's like the best person to like allow selling on our platform, something like that. We want to know that you're educated, you take this seriously, you have like morals and ethics that you stand by, like things like that.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. So what other ways do you see like Palmstreet getting engaged with the reptile community? Because I feel like that's like one of the big things is like engagement with the reptile community. Reptile folks, from what I've seen, like really take kindly to that. And so like what other ways are you thinking that Palmstreet will get engaged with the community?
So we're definitely going to be going to a lot of expos. We already do go to a lot of expos. I'm sure a lot of you guys have known or met Jeff. I'll be starting to pop up at a lot more of them too. I'm always wearing this pink shirt. You cannot miss me. Or I'm wearing my pink yoga pants. Cannot miss me. It doesn't matter. I'm wearing one of those 2, pink somewhere. And then also things like this. Like I said before, like we haven't done a whole lot of like podcasts or something, and I think that this is something we definitely need to jump into, building these connections, letting people see like who we are. So stuff like that, definitely. We want to be there. We want to be, seen. We want to interact, and we want to engage with all of you guys. We want to see your animals. We want to see your booths. We want to talk to you guys. We want to hop on late night chats with you guys. Like that's what it is.
Nice. Yeah, that's like I said, man, that goes a long way.
I think so.
Like you said, building those connections. Just because like some people may like hear stuff like whatever, and not have the full story. And so like when you start building those connections, you put a face to the name, folks get to hear your story, they get to see your energy, they get to pick up on your vibes and stuff like that. Then it's like a different ball game, right? And so it makes people like more open and receptive to like new things, because a lot of times like the new thing is kind of like scary because you don't know that much about it. But once you start learning about it, then you're like, hey, this ain't so bad.
Yeah, definitely. And especially within this community, live selling is so new for you guys. Like, and you guys probably like, you're like, oh, this is a plant app. Like, no, it's not just a plant app. This is an app for you guys. This is an app that's going to be made and tailored for you guys too. And so, yes, being on the podcast, going to the shows, like, it's very important. Like, I want you guys to know me. I want you guys to know my team. Like, I want you guys to know our app, and I want you guys to know that we're here. We're listening to the feedback. We care about it. Like, all of this. Like, we want to be involved.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Speaking of the team, like how big is the team, like in total?
It's so small. So we have like 50 people. That's
You say 50?
Yeah, 50 people.
That's not small.
It is small. It is small. So our front facing people, a lot of them are engineers. We have a lot of fantastic engineers, and we need really great engineers to keep building this amazing platform and at the speed that we do, and quality, honestly. So you guys will probably meet like me, Jeff, maybe Angelina, Izzy, and then a couple of our onboarders. We're growing, but we're still a very small team, especially with how much we've grown. We're still a small business. Like, I think that's the kicker, is we are still a small business, and I love that being a small business, we're able to help all these other small and medium-sized businesses grow. It's insane.
Nice. So you said you keep reptiles too, right?
I do.
So what all do you keep?
So I have a chameleon. He's actually named after the CEO of Palmstreet. His name is Chen. I did.
What kind of chameleon?
A piebald veiled.
Okay.
They're supposed to be super cranky, but my guy is real nice. I didn't bring him up here, but he's super cool. I love him. And then I also have crested geckos. I have morning geckos. I really want a leech, but they're like pretty expensive. So I'll get there one day. But yes, cresties are like the love of my life. I absolutely adore them. My daughter really likes them too. I was actually gifted my first crested gecko by another planty seller. I went to go visit them in Houston, and we just chatted it up, and they showed me their geckos, and I was like, oh my God, like that is just so cool. I always wanted one when I was a kid, but my mom's like, no. And so they're like, here, take them home. And I took them home, and we fell in love with them, and then I ended up with 17 more. And no, I'm not a breeder.
Over how long?
People
how long?
So crazy.
How long did it take you to get 17 more?
Less than a year. Yeah, less than a year. I'm a sucker for rescues. We can't have any more cats, so it's like I can rescue all these little things, and they're easier to keep, and like they're so cute. And I ended up rescuing this tank. This person had like 5 adult cresties in there. And so I rescued them, split them up, and I had 2 mamas that wouldn't stop laying. They would not stop laying. And so that is how I ended up with so many cresties, because like I said, I'm not a breeder. I rehome them once in a while to some local people. But so now I have lots of crested geckos.
Nice.
I also have
Are you looking to get into any other different species?
Sorry, I got
outside of what you've named so far? And then put you on the spot.
This is my highlighter, Lily White Crested Gecko. It was my first gecko purchase on Palmstreet from Zero's Geckos.
Oh, nice.
Absolute stunner. You guys look at the tail.
Come to your left.
So pretty. Her coloring. Oh, yeah, it's a boy. But yeah, he is my shining knight. I absolutely love him. He's my baby, and by far the most expensive gecko that I do own. He retails for something crazy, but I got him for a really good deal.
Who'd you say you got him from again?
From Zero's Geckos.
Okay.
They are on Palmstreet. They sell geckos and plants.
Nice. That's what's up. So aside from like some of what you already named, is there any other species you looking to pick up?
My daughter really wants a snake.
What kind she want?
She wants a python, which is fine. I rescued a snake before I moved to Texas, and it's very old. And I know how their lifespan is, and we're just not at that point where I feel, we can get a snake is a huge, huge responsibility. And obviously we want to make sure that everything is perfect for him. Eventually we'll get there. I'm also not super keen on the live feed or even the frozen feed.
Yeah, I was about to say you don't have to feed live.
Yeah, but
you can go frozen thaw.
That was so hard for me. I had to have my friend feed mine.
Say again?
It was very difficult for me when I had mine before I moved here. She's very old, very, very old. But I had to have my friend come over every time we needed to feed because I just couldn't do it. I also like furry things too much. I'm a lover of like all of the animals, and so it's very difficult for me to like feed one animal to another one. But I know it's the process. I get it. Like I totally get it, but it's just really difficult for me to do. Eventually, I'm sure I'd get over it, but it gives me the willies.
Yeah, you would probably get over it after a while. But yeah, I feel what you're saying. When I first got into snakes, I wasn't like super stoked about feeding, but
yeah, that's the only thing. That is the only thing. Because I love snakes. I'm obsessed with them. I think they're absolutely beautiful. Anytime I have an opportunity to hold them, love on them, I will. But yeah, they're a huge commitment, and I respect that, and that's why I'm taking my time.
That makes sense. Respect for doing that. I'm taking that route because a lot of people just jump.
Yeah, people are just jumping in, and like I get that, but like I totally get it. I totally get it. But I'm well aware I've had one before, so it's yes, and I'm trying to lead absolutely correctly for my children. Don't do something unless you can commit a long time for it, and so we got to work on that. We got to make sure we're ready.
That's what's up. Lead by example. I feel you. Man, so before we wrap up tonight, is there anything else that you think the listeners should know about you, know about Palmstreet, any of that good stuff?
Well, I guess I'd love for you guys to definitely try Palmstreet out if you haven't. There's something for you. It doesn't matter what. You're going to find something you want, you need, and you love. About me, really just know that I'm here for any sellers that are watching. You guys are literally my life. I love to help you. I love to watch you guys succeed. And I love to help you guys go through any hard parts too. Like that, obviously that is part of my job too. And that's something that I take very seriously. And I want to make sure that we can get you just going up. Like we want you to succeed. I want you to succeed. I'll do everything I can to make sure you do. But yeah, just know that Palmstreet is here for you. Whether you're a viewer, user, buyer, seller, we're here for you.
Yeah, and I know you're just not saying that because you're on the podcast. Like, I met you in person and talking to you in person and just seeing how excited you were and like how motivated you were to like explain things to me and answer questions and stuff like that. And like you were just getting like excited about it. Like you were like genuinely happy and like that's just something. And I was like, you need to get on a podcast and talk about this because I know it's a lot of people asking questions about this and like you super excited about it and obviously very knowledgeable about it. And so I feel like you'd be the perfect person to come on the podcast as well. So definitely appreciate you coming on the podcast. I put your cell phone number in the description so everybody can call you. I'm just kidding.
I was like, damn it. I'm like, I have to play this off, but I did just I finally got a work number, so new phone who this.
Right, new phone who this. But yeah, it's been like super fun. So I definitely appreciate you coming on. Definitely appreciate chatting with you. And if I have questions, I'll definitely reach out for sure.
Please do. And if you ever want to do this again,
Oh yeah, sure.
I would absolutely love to. This was so fun, and like you said, I love talking about Palmstreet. It's not just a job for me; it's my passion. I fell in love with it before I even worked with it. I have respect for the CEO, for all my team members. Like, it's really amazing. And so, yeah, I could talk about Palmstreet all day, and I could talk about sell on Palmstreet all day, because I also love all of those things, and I work with all of those things. And so, yeah.
Nice. So kudos to you. Appreciate you coming on. Tell everybody where they can find you, where they can find Palmstreet on social media, and all that good stuff.
Yes. So if you want to follow me, I'm Ivy Plants on Instagram, Veronica Haas on Facebook, Ivy Plants on Palmstreet. And then you can find Palmstreet anywhere. You can Google it. You can find it in the Apple Play, Google Play Store. Instagram, we have the Palmstreet app, or the official Palmstreet app. You can follow all of those. But yeah, and we also do town halls. So if you are in the Palmstreet app now, definitely follow the Palmstreet official, and you can watch our town halls, and you'll see Angelina and Izzy, and that's a great place to answer some questions or just catch up on updates, catch up on any news that we have. We do them weekly.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I wasn't aware of the town halls either, but that's a pretty cool concept.
Yeah, it's very good, because we want to stay in touch with not just our sellers, but our user base, everyone.
Right.
And so it's really popping in there. It's a fun time. It's fun, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, definitely have to check that out as well. Again, appreciate you coming on. We'll wrap it up for tonight. Appreciate everybody coming through tonight, showing love. Big shout out to the replay game. Everybody, make sure you hit that like button. If you haven't hit that like button, make sure you hit it now. Replay game, make sure you hit that like button. Really appreciate everybody coming through. That's gonna do it for tonight's show. Be on the lookout for Double Clutch coming this Saturday. Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats for the reptile community. Should be a very insightful show. On Monday, we got Conjure Corner with the homie Ro and Greg Maxwell. And then on Tuesday, we got Retic Rundown with the homie Chris and the homie Joe. They're going to be talking about bringing home a new Retic. And then definitely be on the lookout for all the other shows we got coming down the pipeline. Big shout out to the homie Keys, Whiskey Bomb Network. Make sure y'all checking them out tomorrow, Friday. Hair Down Fridays, Weekend Warriors, Saturday, Sophisticated Ignorance, Sunday, Breathe for the Future. It's all kinds of good stuff out there for y'all to tune into. So definitely appreciate everybody. Big shout out to the little ones that made their appearance.
This is what I do it for right here.
Uh-oh.
No, it's okay. I got it. Yep. Perfect way to end the podcast right here.
What's up, guys? Perfect way. Veronica, I really appreciate it. Thank you everyone for Clutch Conversations. I'm Mike, the lovely lady behind the scenes is the car. Thank y'all for coming out. Be blessed. Peace. Veronica, you head back for like a few minutes?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna play the outro and then we'll be right back.
Okay.
I step up in the spot, they know the deal, chillin' with that thrill. From the bottom to the top, I'm the king of the hill. Still eyes on me, feel the heat, it's a thrill feel. Got that shine in my hand, man, it's giving them chills. Still they wanna taste, they wanna see what's in my sleep. Believe, got that fire in my grip, yeah they need the fiend. No counterfeit, no tricks, just the realest thing. Pure and uncut, got them down, dropping to your knees, freeze. It's that glass, baby, crystal clean, pristine. Make you wanna dive deep like you living in a dream. Got them hooked on the vibe like an addicted fiend. This that glass, baby, you know what I mean. In the night it glows, whole place lit, can't quit. Every eyes on me, they can't handle this shit. Hit, feel the rush, feel the push, yeah, it's too legit bliss. Once you get a taste, ain't no way you'll quit this. Pure like the rain, cold like the snow. Yo, they crave for the touch, yeah, they wanna know. Dope, what's the secret mojo? Got that perfect glow, you know. Take a hit of this life, let your worries go slow. That glass, baby, crystal clean, pristine. Make you wanna dive deep like you living in a dream. Got them hooked on the vibe like an addicted fiend. This that glass, baby, you know what I mean. They come from miles around just to get a glimpse. glimpse, whispering in the dark, making deals with pimps. Got that high grade shit, make the whole world limp. Glimpse, I'm the dealer of dreams, call me the main event set. Ain't no fakes, ain't no lies, it's the realest deal. Chill, got them looking for that glass, yeah, they love to feel real. I'm the plug, I'm the source, got that golden seal. This that glass, baby, now you know it's real. This that glass, baby, crystal clean, pristine, make you wanna dive deep like you living in a dream. Got them hooked on the vibe like an addicted fade. This that glass, baby, you know what I mean. In the end, they all come back, craving more and more. Once you get a taste, ain't no closing that door. I'm the king of the game, hear the lion roar. This that glass, baby, and it's what you're here for.